Welcome back. Now, you might be curious now to find out how it is that you have been thinking about this problem for days, weeks, months, maybe years without being able to shift it. And now I'm here telling you it can be done within an hour. Well, let me tell you that, of course, not every problem can be solved within 1 hour. Having said that, we can definitely get a shift happening within an hour. Within 1 hour, you can feel differently, you can feel better, more confident, more relaxed, whatever it is that you want, and you can see new solutions and new options. You can have progress, definite progress within an hour. So why is it then that you can't achieve this generally by yourself? Well, when you think about your problem, you tend to think about it over and over and over again in the same way. The same thoughts go through your head because you're right in it. It's like you're right in this box, you're right in the problem. So therefore, you can't shift your perspective to think about it from a different angle. That's how it works. And that's what a breakthrough session can do for you. So let me show you exactly how it's done. I have this 6-step process, a very systematic process that takes you to progress. Okay, so to get a breakthrough, the first thing we need is we need to know exactly what's the problem. And we want to know all the symptoms of the problem. So we'll sit down and say, okay, let's just say you're procrastinating. So what are you procrastinating on? Let's say you're procrastinating on making sales calls. Okay, is that the only thing you're procrastinating on? Or is there something else? Are there other work-related things you're procrastinating on? Are there things at home you're procrastinating on? Are there any other problems that may or may not be related? You know, could there be relationship problems, or could there be other kind of motivational problems? Whatever it is. So we want to know the whole picture. Then we want to know, how do you want that to be instead? And what do you think is holding you back from getting there? So then we know all the symptoms. Then we need to move on to the root cause. So what is causing you to procrastinate in the first place? What is the driver of that procrastination? So there, with a whole lot of different questions, we start to dig to find out, okay, is there a limiting belief? And usually there is. Is there a limiting belief that's holding you back from moving forward? It could be something like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, you know, it's not okay to earn a lot of money. So whatever it is, there's some kind of belief that could be underneath it. There could be a negative emotion that's holding you back from it. So we want to find out what that is. And then the next step is we want to build your motivation to let this old way of thinking go and to shift your perspective once and for all on this particular issue. Now this is where a lot of people are stopped out. This is what they're not doing. They think, oh, I'll just change my thinking. It's not that easy. You've been thinking like this for a reason, probably for a long time. And unless you find a good reason to change it now, that actually means you're gaining more by changing your way of thinking than by staying where you are now, you're not going to change. So this is where a lot of people sabotage themselves, because they think they want to change, but they're actually gaining a lot from staying where they are. So say someone wants to move forward, be more confident and assertive. That's their goal, right? And they're not doing it right now because they think they're not good enough, or they're not strong enough to do that. Now, what are they gaining from being where they are right now? Well, maybe they gain a lot of people around them helping them out all the time. And they might think that they lose that helping out, that attention, if they move forward. Now, none of that is probably conscious for them at all. It's just something that happens unconsciously. And once we find what that pattern is, then we have a chance to stop it and to gain motivation, to see you know, what you would gain from moving forward. So that's the motivation part. Then we actually do the reprogramming. So this is the easy part. Once you're motivated to do it, then it's just a matter of taking you through some processes that make that change and shift that perspective on an unconscious level. Once we've achieved that shift, things will be different. You'll have a new perspective on the problem and you feel differently. You might feel more confident. You might feel calmer. Stress levels disappear. Fears disappear. You feel stronger. This is what happens at the end of step 4. And then it's easy to take action. Isn't it much easier to take action once you feel good about yourself, once you feel confident? Then up here, when you know you have a problem and you're stressed and you're fearful, but you know you need to take action. So this is actually step 5, not step 1, to take action. This is what we would do in a typical breakthrough session with one of your problems. So you might have a whole range of problems that you bring to the table, and we will start by working on one root cause within that 1 hour breakthrough session. So we get a change, a clear change, by the time we're here at step 5. That's what we can achieve in an hour. Beyond that, if you want all those problems changed and everything shifted, sometimes you might think, okay, well, I've got what I want within an hour. But oftentimes, there's still work left to do. And then we would sit down and look at which coaching package might be adequate for you. So how many hours we might need to resolve all of those things. And the next step after taking action is self-mastery. So that's where you start to learn the skills yourself that help you to take charge of your mind. So you can make those changes independently in the future. And you can move forward and be empowered and feel good whenever you want to and whenever you need to. Does that sound a good idea? Is that something you'd like to do? Well, then go ahead and just put your name and click that button down there below, and it will take you to the next step. Look forward to working with you.